I've got a little secret for all of you today, and that is you do not have to be a straight A adult. Welcome back, friends. This is your place for cutting edge tools, exercises, best practices, and modern leadership strategies. Because when the world is changing, it's time to bring our leadership styles along for the ride. Whether you're a company leader, a corporate visionary, an entrepreneur, this show gives you new insights into the neuroscience and the language of leadership, plus practical steps and tips to lead your teams in a powerful way. It'll also help you keep your people happy and engaged, all while achieving your biggest goals. I'm your host, Jen Thornton. I'm a talent strategist, a brain-based executive coach, speaker, and the founder of 304 Coaching. Now let's fix leadership. Y'all, let's get honest with each other. We were not meant to be straight A adults. And I'd probably guess that most children aren't built to be straight A children either. Unfortunately, our school system forces us into expecting children to be straight A students. And then we get older and we think we have to be straight A adults. And we find out that's pretty hard and probably not likely going to happen. But how many of you think that everything you do at work, everything you do has to be A+ work? And if you're that person that believes that, by chance, are you also overwhelmed? Are you also working nights and weekends and working twice as hard as everyone around you? Is your to-do list never getting any shorter? Well, it's probably because you're trying to be a straight A adult and you're causing overwhelm for yourself and likely for your team. And what if you just prioritized your work? You looked at everything you needed to do this week and you said, I'm going to do A+ there. That's a B. And heck, that work, those 4 things right there, I'm going to do some C- work today. Those are all C- performance. I'm going to just come in and do a C. But let's not forget that C work is also still a passing grade. And when you open up space for C work, you are actually opening up space for A++ work. Because if everything you're trying to do or everything you're directing your team to do is A+ work, then you're going to run out of energy, resources, engagement. Like you're just not going to be able to do it. And too often when I work with people and they're just so focused on everything having to be perfect or everything has to be an A+, they really produce all C work. Because they're struggling. They can't be a straight A adult, nor can their team. And I know it's hard to kind of think about this and think, wow, like how could I actually turn in like C work? And I share this concept sometimes when I'm coaching someone and they just stare at me like, really? You want me as a high performer to do C work, just get by? And I'm like, yeah, I actually do want you to do that. And they say it's impossible. But then we start to go through things and they're like, I get it now. And so to help you get it now, I'm going to go through a few things here in my own business at 304 that is A, B, and C work. You might be surprised a little bit by it, but we'll help you go through it. And I have to do this exercise with the team all of the time because we always joke, we have more ideas than time and money here at 304. We are the most creative team. Well, probably not me, but the people on the team. Oh my gosh, their ideas, their creativity. And I can say, I need you to do this one thing. And they're going to want to come back with like something that's like this 10 things on top of it. And I'm like, no, see, I just needed this one little thing, but they've got more ideas than time and money. And I love that. I would rather pull someone back than push someone forward. And so I have to say to people often on this team is this is A+ work, this is B, and this is going to be C. And that really helps them and helps me understand where do we spend our resources so our A work truly is our A work. Let's take a quick break from the conversation. Does your company need to prepare those upcoming leaders to take the reins? To learn more about our leadership academies and our coaching, and to see if your company is a good fit for our transformation programs, visit 304coaching.com. So what does this look like in real life for us? Client work. Client work is always A+ for us. If I am going to produce something and a client has come to us for our expertise and needs us to create something for them, we're going to show up. We're going to show up with A+ work. But first, what I do is I start to prioritize with that client on what A plus is going to look like for them. Because some projects for them is A plus, and it's like a brand new Maserati. And some projects they need to be a reliable, nice, fully loaded average car. Now, if I'm going to deliver that very nice, average, middle of the road car, it's still going to be an A plus of that version, but it doesn't have to be the Maserati in every single project. So though it's always A plus for us, I help the client decide, is this A, B, or C for them? And then I can produce the best version of that. So that's one of the ways we start to prioritize what level of work goes into our client projects. Well, then we have internal things, right? And that's C work, actually. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay if an email has 10 misspelled words. I'm okay if it's a text with like 2 words and I have to decipher it. I'm okay if I have to help someone with some details because it's just not their thing. I'm okay if someone wants to work off hours. Like, I'm okay with a lot of things, because it's passing grades, it's internal work, and we can manage it. But because we internally manage it and we just get by on some things that doesn't really have much of an impact, then we have that space for that A plus work for the client. In an example of B work, what you're listening to right now is some of my B work. This is a podcast. Do I put a lot into it? Absolutely. We put a lot of resources into this podcast. Something I've learned. It takes a lot more to produce a podcast than I would have ever thought, but it's B work. And I'm at home right now on a podcast microphone I got off of Amazon. I'm using my laptop on Zoom to record this. Now, if I wanted this to be A plus, I would have full scripts written out. I wouldn't be thinking just randomly and riffing on here with you. I would be in a studio. I would have production there, doing the production, doing the voices, managing all the sounds. I would do A plus work, but that's not what I want out of this. I want conversations with you, my friends, and I want to show up in a way that I can actually have the time and resources to do this podcast. And so I show up with B. This is B work for me. I don't take it to that Maserati level because it's not what's important. What's important is actually getting the podcast done and spending this time with you. So as you can see, when you look at work, A work, B work, C work, it's all around us. And if you really want to fix leadership by decreasing overwhelm, decreasing fear, decreasing this need of perfectionism, all of these things that are damaging our mental health in the workplace or causing us to work extra hours, to really work on that, you have to start teaching yourself and others around you how to get honest with what A work looks like, B work, and C work. So as you go out and manage your day, manage your time this week, take a chance to look at your to-do list and assign it. Am I going to show up as an A? Am I going to be a B? Or am I going to get a passing grade on this? And help your team do the exact same thing. Help everyone out there decide what level of work you're going to produce with every assignment, task, project on your list so that you can really take what creative energy you have and really focus it on what matters. And you will see that your work doesn't actually decrease by doing C work. Your work actually increases because you have the energy and the space and the mindset to do really, really great work when it actually matters. All right. So please commit with me not to try to be a straight A adult. It's exhausting. It's no fun. And we want to have a better life. We want to go out there and let's fix leadership. And by fixing leadership, we're going to enjoy our home life a whole lot more. So go out there and be a C student. Thanks for listening to Let's Fix Leadership. By hanging out with me today, you're already on your path. If you're looking to learn more and to see if your company is a good fit for our coaching and leadership education, then hey, visit 304coaching.com. If you got value out of this podcast, share it with a friend. And it would mean the world to me if you would leave a thoughtful review and a rating on iTunes. Thanks again for listening, and I appreciate your work in fixing leadership.